Ever wondered how a seemingly invincible system falls prey to cyber attacks? This is not just a question for the curious mind, but a vital puzzle to solve for those who wish to fortify their digital domains. After all, to defend effectively, one must first understand the nature of the attacks. Just like a castle under siege, a system's defenses can be breached in a multitude of ways. In the next few minutes, we will delve into various types of system attacks, so stay tuned. When it comes to system attacks, they are not all created equal. Just as a thief may employ a variety of methods to break into a house, cyber criminals use a range of tactics to infiltrate and compromise systems. These strategies differ widely based on their nature, execution, and impact. Today we're going to talk about classifying these system attacks into distinct categories. First off, we have malware attacks. The term malware is a portmanteau of malicious software, and it's a broad category that includes viruses, worms, trojans, and ransomware. These nefarious programs are designed to infiltrate and damage systems without the user's consent. They can steal, delete, or encrypt data, monitor the user's activity, or even hijack core computing functions. Then we have phishing attacks. These are typically carried out via email, where the attacker poses as a trusted entity to trick the recipient into revealing sensitive information. This could be passwords, credit card numbers, or other personal data. The attacker lures the victim with a deceptive message, often creating a sense of urgency or fear to prompt immediate action. Next up are password attacks. As the name suggests, these attacks aim to crack user passwords to gain unauthorized access to systems. Techniques used here can range from simple guesswork to sophisticated algorithms that can decipher even the most complex passwords. Another common type of attack is the man-in-the-middle attack. Here the attacker secretly intercepts and potentially alters the communication between two parties, making each believe that they're talking directly to each other over a private connection when in fact the entire conversation is controlled by the attacker. Last but not least, we have denial of service attacks. These are designed to overwhelm a system's resources, making it slow, unresponsive, or entirely shut down. The aim here isn't to gain unauthorized access or steal data, but to disrupt the system's normal functioning. Now that we have a list, let's dive deeper to understand each of these attacks. Think of malware attacks as the common cold of the cyber world. They're everywhere, and they can be a nuisance, or in some cases downright destructive. But what exactly are they? Simply put, malware attacks are malicious software programs designed to infiltrate systems without the user's consent. These uninvited guests can take many forms. For instance, viruses attach themselves to clean files and spread throughout a computer system, corrupting or destroying files in their path. Worms replicate themselves, eating up system resources until there's nothing left. Trojans, on the other hand, are the master of disguise, pretending to be legitimate software while secretly wreaking havoc in the background. Then we have ransomware, the digital kidnapper, locking up your files and demanding a ransom to release them. These examples only scratch the surface of what malware can do. Malware attacks are prevalent, but they are just the tip of the iceberg. Next, we have the cunning trio: phishing, password, and man-in-the-middle attacks. Let's start with the art of deception, phishing. This method involves tricking users into revealing sensitive information, often through deceptive emails or websites. Basically, it's like digital bait. Imagine receiving an email seemingly from your bank, asking you to update your password. You click the link, enter your old password, and bam! You've just handed over your credentials to a cybercriminal moving on to password attacks. These are as straightforward as they sound. Attackers try to crack your password, gaining unauthorized access to your accounts. Two common forms are brute force and dictionary attacks. Brute force attacks involve trying every possible password combination, while dictionary attacks use common passwords or phrases. It's like a thief trying every key on their ring until they find the one that opens your door. Finally, let's talk about man-in-the-middle attacks. These attacks occur when cybercriminals manage to intercept and potentially alter the communication between two parties without their knowledge. It's like a nosy neighbor eavesdropping on your phone calls, but in this case, they can also change what you're saying. For example, you might be entering your credit card details on a shopping site, but the attacker, positioned in the middle, captures this information for their own use. So you see, each of these attacks has its own unique strategy. Phishing lures you into revealing your secrets. Password attacks try to crack your codes, and man-in-the-middle attacks eavesdrop on your online conversations. But remember, knowledge is power. Understanding these attacks is the first step in defending against them. These attacks might sound complex, but the last one we discussed today is a brute in its simplicity. Finally, the denial of service attack, a bully in the cyber playground. This attack is a bit like a crowd rushing a store on Black Friday, except it's not people, but excessive requests flooding a system. These requests are so numerous that the system is overwhelmed, causing it to slow down or in severe cases, crash entirely. Now imagine this happening to your favorite online service. It's not a pretty picture, right? This is the potential impact of a denial of service attack. It's not about stealing data, but about causing disruption and chaos, and it doesn't stop there. Some attacks are even more sinister, using multiple systems to launch an onslaught of requests, a tactic known as a distributed denial of service attack. This is the cyber equivalent of a mob, making it even harder for the system to defend itself, and with that, we have explored the 5 key types of system attacks. In the realm of cybersecurity, knowledge is your strongest weapon. We've explored the various types of system attacks, from the sneaky malware that infects your software, to phishing and password attacks that trick you into surrendering sensitive information. We've also dived into the disruptive man-in-the-middle and denial-of-service attacks, which can bring your system to its knees. Remember, understanding these attacks is the first step towards building a robust defense. Until next time, stay safe in the cyber world.